Have you ever stepped out of the shower feeling lightheaded, your chest tightening, your vision clouding just a little, and thought to yourself, this must be what getting older feels like? What if I told you that this was not simply age catching up with you, but rather a warning sign that the way you shower, something you have done every single day for decades without question, might be quietly increasing your risk of a stroke? I know it sounds unbelievable, almost impossible. But hidden inside the familiar comfort of warm steam, cold splashes, and daily routines are risks that can strike without warning, risks that become especially dangerous once you cross the age of 60. For many seniors, these risks are invisible until one day they are no longer ignorable, when a single moment of dizziness turns into something life-changing. That is why it is so important for you to hear this today. Because knowledge is power, and in this case, knowledge may save your life or the life of someone you love. Picture this. It is late at night. The house is quiet, the world is still, and you are finally ready to relax after a long day. You decide to take a warm shower before bed, believing it will calm your body and help you sleep. It feels harmless, even soothing. But what is happening inside your body tells a different story. As the sun goes down, your body's natural core temperature drops. This is part of your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells your body it is time to rest. In younger years, your blood vessels adapt quickly to this cooling, expanding and contracting with ease to maintain stable circulation. But as we grow older, those vessels stiffen. They lose the flexibility they once had. They become fragile, like an old hose that cracks under pressure instead of bending smoothly. Stepping into a shower late at night, especially in a bathroom where the air is chilly, can cause those fragile vessels to constrict suddenly. That constriction limits blood flow to your brain and your heart. In a matter of minutes, your blood pressure can spike or circulation can fall. Either one of those changes can set the stage for a stroke. I remember a man I once spoke with from Ohio, 70 years old, who had made it a habit to shower close to midnight. He said it relaxed him and helped him drift off to sleep. For years, it seemed harmless. But one particularly cold night, he stepped out of the shower, told his wife he felt dizzy, and within minutes, collapsed on the couch. At the hospital, doctors explained that the sudden constriction of his blood vessels from that late-night shower had triggered a stroke. His family was stunned. Something they thought was ordinary, even healthy, nearly stole him away. The lesson here is not that you must give up your evening showers forever, but that you must be wise. If you enjoy bathing at night, do it earlier, before the temperature drop makes your body vulnerable. Warm your bathroom before stepping in. Let the water run for a few minutes, or use a small heater to stabilize the environment. These small precautions can make the difference between comfort and catastrophe. But late-night showers are not the only hidden danger. Many people, especially those who pride themselves on resilience, swear by cold morning showers. They say it wakes them up, sharpens their focus, and makes them feel strong. And for a young, healthy body, that may be true. But for seniors, the icy shock of cold water can be devastating. The moment freezing water touches the skin, blood vessels constrict sharply. This is your body's natural defense, trying to conserve warmth. But that constriction forces the heart to pump harder, pushing blood through narrow channels. For stiff, aging vessels, this pressure becomes overwhelming. Imagine forcing water through a cracked pipe. The pressure builds, the walls weaken, and eventually, something gives way. Inside the human body, this can mean a sudden spike in blood pressure, a clot forming, or a blockage traveling straight to the brain. That is when a stroke can strike. I think of my neighbor, Mr. Harris, who at 70 decided to take up the trend of cold showers after reading about their supposed benefits online. For the first 2 weeks, he bragged to everyone about how refreshed he felt. He laughed at those who told him to be careful. But then one morning, as he stepped out of the bathroom onto his porch, he collapsed. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, and doctors confirmed he had suffered a stroke. They told his family that the icy water had placed too much strain on his aging vessels and his heart could not handle the shock. Something so simple, so ordinary, changed his life forever. If you still want the refreshing feeling of cool water in the morning, there is a safer way. Begin with lukewarm water, then slowly lower the temperature near the end. Give your body time to adjust. And if you live with high blood pressure or a heart condition, avoid cold showers altogether. It is not worth the risk. Of course, we must also talk about the opposite extreme: hot water and long soaks. There are few things as comforting as sinking into a hot bath or standing under a stream of steaming water after a long day. It feels like therapy, like the body is being healed. But for older adults, staying too long in hot water can quietly put the heart and brain in danger. When exposed to heat, blood vessels expand. This dilation lowers blood pressure, sometimes so quickly that the brain and heart are starved of oxygen. For someone with high blood pressure or heart disease, this drop can be life-threatening. The blood slows, circulation weakens, and the risk of clots forming rises. If one of those clots blocks blood flow to the brain, a stroke is the result. I know this all too well from my own brother, who in his late 60s used to reward himself after gardening with a long, hot soak. He would sit in the tub for half an hour or more. One evening, after a particularly long bath, he stood up, felt faint, and collapsed. He was rushed to the hospital. Doctors explained that the combination of dilated vessels and lowered blood pressure had nearly caused a stroke. He was lucky to survive. That day changed his habits forever. The safe choice is simple: limit hot baths and showers to 10 or 15 minutes. Keep the water warm, not scalding. And if you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or notice your heart racing, get out immediately and rest. Taking care of your health does not mean giving up comfort. It means knowing where comfort ends and danger begins. But there is another risk people rarely think about: showering while dehydrated. We assume a shower is external, that the water around us matters more than the water inside us. But dehydration is a silent danger, especially for seniors. As we age, our sense of thirst weakens. We may not realize we are already running low on fluids. Dehydration makes blood thicker, like syrup, and thick blood moves slowly, increasing the chance of clots. Step into a warm shower without drinking water, and the heat only worsens the problem by drawing out more fluids through light sweating. I think of my aunt, 68 years old, who used to skip her morning glass of water. One day, she nearly fainted stepping out of the shower. Her doctor explained that dehydration had made her blood sluggish and her circulation unstable. Since then, she has made it a rule to drink a glass of water 15 minutes before bathing. No more dizziness, no more close calls. It is a small step, but it can protect your brain in powerful ways. So already we have seen 4 habits: late night showers, cold morning splashes, long hot baths, and bathing while dehydrated, that seem harmless but quietly raise the risk of stroke. And the truth is, most of us have done these things for years without realizing the danger. That is why they are so risky. They become second nature, routines we never question until something serious happens. But knowledge is the light that exposes the shadows. And once you know better, you can do better. Now let us look deeper, because the risks do not end there. Another common mistake is showering when you are already unwell, dizzy, weak, or battling a sudden headache. Many people believe a quick shower will refresh them, that it will help them feel better. But the truth is, when your body is already under strain, a shower can push it over the edge. Dizziness, fatigue, and headaches are not just inconveniences. They are signals, warnings that your brain may not be getting enough oxygen or that your blood pressure is unstable. Stepping into a shower at that moment adds sudden changes in temperature and pressure, and the body, already fragile, may falter. I recall the story of Mrs. Jenkins, a 65-year-old woman who often brushed off her headaches as minor. One afternoon, she decided to take a warm shower, hoping it would relax her. Minutes later, she collapsed in the bathroom. Her husband rushed her to the hospital, where doctors diagnosed her with a mild stroke. They explained that the headache she had ignored was not just discomfort, it was her body's cry for help. The added heat from the shower lowered her blood pressure further, starving her brain of circulation. Thankfully, she survived, but she never ignored those warning signs again. The lesson is clear. If you feel unusually tired, dizzy, or develop a sudden headache, do not step into the shower. Rest, hydrate, and give your body time. If symptoms persist, call your doctor. The shower can wait. Your health cannot. Then there is the habit of showering immediately after exercise. After physical activity, your body is already in a sensitive state. Blood vessels have expanded to carry more oxygen to the muscles, your fluids are low from sweating, and your heart rate is elevated. Jumping straight into a hot shower at that moment shocks the circulatory system. Blood pressure can drop suddenly, depriving the brain of oxygen. Doctors compare it to a car engine. After running at high speed, you do not slam it into neutral without cooling it down. The same is true for your body. My cousin, in his 60s, used to jog every morning. One summer day, he returned home drenched in sweat and went straight into the shower. Within minutes, he felt dizzy, his vision blurred, and he nearly collapsed. At the hospital, the doctor explained that dehydration and dilated vessels had combined to drop his pressure sharply. The immediate shower pushed his body into danger. The solution is simple. After exercise, give your body 15 to 20 minutes to cool down. Drink water, let your heart rate normalize, and only then bathe. This short delay can protect your brain and your heart. The same applies after meals or medication. Many seniors like to shower right after eating or after taking their daily pills. It seems harmless, but the body does not see it that way. After a meal, blood rushes to the stomach to help digest food. After medication, circulation is often already adjusting to changes in pressure or chemical balance. Add a shower at that moment, especially with warm water, and the skin demands blood at the same time. The brain, caught in the middle, receives less. That tug of war can leave you dizzy, weak, or worse, trigger a stroke. A friend's father, Mr. Thompson, 65, once ate a heavy Sunday lunch, took his blood pressure medicine, and decided to shower immediately. Within minutes, he collapsed in the bathroom. Doctors explained that the combination of digestion, medication, and hot water had lowered circulation to his brain too far. He was fortunate to survive. The safe choice is patience. After eating, wait at least 30 to 60 minutes before showering. After medication, rest a little before stepping into the bathroom. A short wait can make all the difference. So now we have covered 7 dangerous shower habits: late night bathing, cold morning splashes, long hot soaks, dehydration, showering while unwell, bathing right after exercise, and bathing right after meals or medication. Each of these habits seems small, even harmless. But together, they create risks that silently strain your body until one day the consequences arrive without warning. And yet, the beauty of all this is that every single one of these dangers can be prevented. Prevention does not require medicine, surgery, or radical lifestyle changes. It requires awareness and simple adjustments. Drink a glass of water before showering, avoid cold extremes, limit hot baths, wait after meals or workouts. Pay attention to how you feel. These are small choices, but they are powerful. They are the difference between vulnerability and protection. Your health is not shaped by one dramatic act. It is shaped by the little things you do every day. Every choice, every adjustment is like a brick laid in the foundation of your future. And the truth is, you have more power than you realize. You can choose to protect your brain. You can choose to guard your heart. You can choose to extend your independence, your vitality, your time with loved ones. Too many people believe that aging means decline, that nothing can be done. But here's the reality: aging is not the enemy. Ignorance is. Once you know the risks, you can avoid them. Once you understand the habits, you can change them. And once you commit to these small acts of self-care, you reclaim your strength. So let me leave you with this thought. Every shower you take is an opportunity. It can be a moment of danger, or it can be a moment of care. The difference lies in the choices you make. Warm the room, drink water, pay attention to timing, listen to your body. These actions may seem simple, but they are acts of love. Love for yourself, love for your family, love for the life you still have ahead. And when you make these changes, you are not just avoiding a stroke. You are choosing more mornings with sunlight on your face, more laughter with your children, more evenings of peace, more years of independence. That is the true gift of awareness. If this message has opened your eyes, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with your spouse, your friends, your children. Let them know that health is not luck, it is choice. And if you want more guidance, more wisdom, and more inspiration to keep you strong, join us here at the Seniors Hub. Subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment telling us where you are watching from. Together, we are building a community of people who refuse to give in to age, who rise above hidden risks, and who choose to live their golden years with strength, wisdom, and dignity. Your best years are not behind you. They are waiting for you, protected by the choices you make today.